Netflix came out with Redeem Team earlier this year, and Angry Old Hoops had some thoughts on it. I got confused, like, right from the beginning because they pan out, and I'm like, is this Kobe and his dad? Who's this 40-year-old beat-up old man sitting next to Kobe Bryant? I mean, honestly, is it just the ugliness? Because Kobe looks 10 years younger than LeBron. All right. I already went too far. I want to apologize for saying that because we all know there's no way that Kobe and LeBron could have any genetic ties because Kobe looks like he came from good-looking people and LeBron looks like two cave trolls smashed their shit together. All right, chapter 1. Let the excuses flow. What would a modern sports documentary be without a shitload of whiny-ass prima donnas explaining their hardships? I mean, that is the gift of this generation. Everybody's got an excuse. And let's thank Netflix for making sure the world hears about every whiny bitch on the planet. Anyway, here we go with the excuse section and all the individuals and their interest in themselves more than the game and blaming the coach, blaming each other, blaming the fact that they didn't get enough playing time. Just a lot of unclassy shit that you don't really want representing your country. LeBron comes on the screen, he's like, oh, I was just a kid. You mean like all Olympic players usually are? You mean all the children of the United States of America that represented our country in the Olympics up until 1992? He was 20. He was 20. That's older than a lot of our amateur basketball players were when they would go up against the best of other nations. Mike played in the Olympics when he was a college student and won gold. Kid excuse or no excuse, let's not forget that LeBron was already thinking of himself as the best in the NBA. You got to pick one. You don't get to act like an arrogant fuck and then turn around and pretend that you're just a kid who got humbled and you did usher in the age of bronze for the United States of America. Congratulations.
I'm sitting up on the podium, receiving the bronze like, this shit was a waste of my time.
Yeah, we got a lot of dollars out there just for the simple fact that we're a young team and I don't think a lot of people think that young players could do it, so we gotta prove ourselves.
I felt like I was the best basketball player in the world.
What happened out there? I don't know. I wasn't out there.
LeEgo James comes on the screen and says it wasn't the right time, as if he just dropped some wisdom or something really incredible. No, motherfucker, that's dumb. It was the right time and you just fucking failed. Don't fucking give us this it's not the right time shit. It's never the right time if you can come up with excuses for why it didn't work out. It's up to you to make it the right time. It's not the right time. Shut the fuck up! Let me take the focus off of LeBron for a moment and look at something that I personally found interesting. Because when Barkley was on the Dream Team, like, he supposedly brought a bad name to Americans for being a little bit loud and because he elbowed this Angolan guy. That was it right there, by the way, in case you missed it. I'm not a fan of that move, but in Barkley's defense, he was getting hit a lot. But that's not my point at all. So I don't care which direction you go with this next part. I just want you to acknowledge how much times have changed, because even the teaser for the show on Netflix showed this, and it was a primary part of the story, is that Kobe intentionally runs through a legal set screen with an illegal, dirty play. I mean, it was premeditated. He told everyone he was gonna do it. That's dirty. And it's glorified. Like, everybody cheers for it. It's like, oh, ooh. Now, whoa, everybody calm down. I know I got a lot of Kobe people on here. I'm not trying to trash Kobe. I'm just saying, hey, man, okay, we went from Charles being a bad guy to Kobe's cool because he ran over his teammate, went right through his chest. I mean, put yourselves in that position. And tell me you wouldn't have gotten up and started slugging. That was not cool. According to Netflix, putting all these guys on screen praising Kobe for what he did and saying, oh, Kobe set the tone. Kobe showed us the way. Just understand that you're telling all the generations at home that if you want to be the team leader and you want to send a message, go ahead and make an illegal play. Go ahead and, commit an illegal play. That's how to be a leader. Okay, I made my point. Moving on. Back to LeBron, I'm afraid. It's hard not to. I mean, they put the motherfucker on the cover. Why? Why? The whole show was about how Kobe and Dwayne Wade saved the motherfuckers, mainly Kobe, but in the end, it was D. Wade and Kobe doing the tough stuff at the end. If anything, this should be a documentary about LeBron being like, oh, I'd better go join one of them. That's how I can win. LeBron did his disgusting, overblown media bullshit, The Decision, on July 8th of 2010. Contractually, this is as soon as he could possibly go join his Olympic teammates. I'm guessing he decided then and there, when he saw what Dwayne Wade could do in the clutch, when he saw what being able to pass to people who can finish can do, when he saw what Chris Bosh could do, or maybe he even thought about joining Kobe. This shows a dramatic shift in the game and in society, in competitiveness, from switching from I want to beat those guys to I'm going to use those guys to win while still branding myself. LeBron would actually give us a taste of basically his signature fourth quarters for the rest of his career. He didn't exist. Kobe Bryant scored 13 and had 2 assists in the fourth quarter alone. Kobe would finish with 20 points, game-high 6 assists and 2 blocked shots, and Dwayne Wade would have a game-high 27 points. LeBron had 6 field goals. And from the highlights I saw, he did nothing in the fourth. And LeBron didn't stop there. He didn't join one of them. He joined a lot of them. I mean, it's hard to look at the screen without saying, oh, yeah, that was a LeBron teammate. That was a LeBron teammate. That's a LeBron teammate. That's a LeBron teammate. That's a LeBron teammate. All you ever hear is that LeBron didn't have help from his fucking idiotic brainwashed minions. And it's the furthest, it's the exact opposite of the truth. And what's Mike? Mike would never have teamed up with all those people. The one Olympian that was Mike's teammate, Mike created. Of course, LeBron fans aren't going to agree with that because, and not because they actually know. I mean, they've never watched Scottie Pippen play, most likely. They just heard some shit about Mike never won without Scottie, and then they decided, oh, let's repeat that. When in reality, the people that watched the games at the time, the people that watched my series on Scottie Pippen, they know that you would have never heard of Scottie Pippen if he hadn't been drafted to Michael Jordan's team. Okay, I'm going to leave LeBron alone for a little bit. The stats on LeBron's Olympic teammates are crazy, but we will circle back to that. I want to talk about them referencing the United States getting robbed in the 1972 Olympics against the USSR and bringing Doug Collins into the film. And I kind of liked it. I liked that they reminded the world that that happened because it's easy to forget such things. Now, they went on about this for quite a while, talking about it as a motivator. And, Doug Collins talking about how it's a pain that he carried with him. And some of the players even talked about, it's easy to forget these things, but Doug lives with it forever. And they circled back to it at the end with the team coming over and giving Doug Collins flowers or something. And you know what? It's nice that they recognize it, but you know what? You know what would have been sick? If they would have refused their gold medals. I know that's asking a lot to give up the gold medal, but come on. These guys have so much money, so much fame, all their NBA success, and you still won. Everyone's still going to know that you won. But this is your moment to remind the world that the United States has still not accepted their silver from back when they got robbed. Now, nobody's going to remember that shit unless you, on stage in front of the entire world, say, we're not accepting our gold medals as a tribute to that 1972 team. And in case you all forgot, we got robbed. Man, that would have made the headlines. That would have made the headlines more than when the 2004 team disappointed us. Like I said, I know that's asking a lot, but I think it would have been more impactful in the long run than these guys getting draped with their gold medals and then putting them into their deep storage or wherever the hell they go. And this was one of many of the stories of motivation that they had. And they brought in soldiers, and they had to talk about this and that and the other thing to try and get these professional athletes motivated to do what was necessary. It's not like these guys were new anymore. They'd been in the league. In fact, they'd been in the Olympics before. They'd been in the league for a while. These guys were supposedly legitimate professionals who, on screen in this documentary, talked about the pain and the humiliation of 2004, etc., etc., and they didn't ever want to feel that again, and then they couldn't get their shit together, and they lost again in 2006, despite assembling this team, despite Coach K, etc., etc. They still had to go out and get Kobe Bryant, who, even though these guys were now supposedly mature professionals, had to show them that, look, you want to win, it's time to get focused and not be going to the nightclub at 5 fucking a.m. So, look, I'm not saying I would have behaved better. You know, you put me up in fucking Vegas for a month as a rich star, I'm not going to behave particularly well. But don't go on screen and tell us about the pain and you never want to go through that again and how important it is to bring home the gold, when after all that shit, you still need Kobe Bryant to come and teach you guys about going to the fucking gym. I got a bunch of other complaints about these complainers. I'll put that at the end of the video or maybe in a second video. But right now, I've really got to point out the teammate thing here, the Olympians, because it's crazier than you might think at first glance. Let's start with the 2018 that we're looking at. Carlos Boozer, an Olympian, a LeBron James teammate. Darren Williams, an Olympian, a LeBron James teammate. Dwayne Wade, an Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Dwight Howard, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Chris Bosh, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Carmelo Anthony, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. This is already absurd. It's like LeBron's just like, well, who's good enough to be on the Olympic team? I'll take them. Let's go back to 2004. We had a bunch of those same guys. And Richard Jefferson. Let's add Richard Jefferson to the list of Olympians and LeBron James teammates. Let's jump up to 2012. Oh, here we go. Right off the bat, Tyson Chandler, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Russell Westbrook, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Darren Williams is back. Kevin Love, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Anthony Davis, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. And here's Carmelo Anthony again. Let's go ahead and look at 2016. Let's see who else. DeAndre Jordan, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Kyrie Irving, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. DeMarcus Cousins, Olympian, LeBron James teammate. Carmelo Anthony is on the 2016 team as well. Wow. Draymond Green was an Olympian on the 2016 team. I know they weren't teammates officially, but sometimes it looks like they are teammates, especially these days. At the very minimum, Draymond is in the locker room waiting to suck LeBron off after the game. Fuck this guy and fuck the Warriors for re-signing him. You would think I'd be done, but no, I'm so sorry. We even have to include the 2020 Olympic team because load management has been LeRescued for so long in his pursuit of longevity stats that, yes, we got to include this one too. So we got to add JaVale McGee, who is an Olympian and was a champion in the NBA, again, prior to joining with LeBron James. Candidates for the team that season that either withdrew or didn't end up on it for one reason or another. Kevin Love was going to be on there again, but he was injured. DeAndre Jordan again. Westbrook again. Brandon Ingram Dwight Howard again. Montrezl Harrell. Andre Drummond. This is getting crazy. I'm realizing I have to include the 2000 Olympic team as well because of Ray Allen. Another Olympian. Another NBA champion who achieved the championship prior to teaming up with LeBron James. In fact, LeBron James poached him from that championship team to go help him in Miami. Okay, I better cover some technicalities. Some of you who really know basketball and are paying attention are going to bring up Christian Laettner. Come on. You're really going to make me include Christian Laettner, who was just put on that Olympic team for the sake of having a college player on the team, and who didn't team with Michael Jordan until the Wizards thing? One would think that that crazy list we just went through of Olympians and NBA champions who were LeBron teammates would be enough to wake some people up. But no. This is the age of excuses, also known as the LeBron age. And therefore, I'll break all these excuses down because people are going to say, oh, well, those guys were washed up, blah, 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 blah. Let's be very clear. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was not a household name until he was with Michael Jordan. He was not an NBA champion until he was with Michael Jordan. Whatever credit you want to give Scottie Pippen, those two things that I said are true. LeBron's teammates, you knew before they joined his team. A lot of the guys that you're going to claim, oh, well, they were washed up. Okay, guess what? They were Olympians during the time period that you're claiming they were washed up. So you're saying the United States chooses washed up guys to go represent us in the Olympics. How about the guys that are still all-stars after leaving their time with LeBron James and were all-stars prior to joining LeBron James? Champions prior to joining LeBron James, right before. I made a little document for this very purpose. Okay, these are Michael Jordan's teammates in the NBA who were also Olympians. You've got two total in Michael Jordan's entire career. You got Scottie Pippen, who was never an Olympian before he came to be with Michael Jordan. He was never a champion before being with Michael Jordan, and he was never an all-star after leaving Michael Jordan. 7-time all-star, never once without Michael Jordan, even though he continued his career after Michael Jordan. Christian Laettner, this really shouldn't even count, but we'll count it for technicality. They were on the same Olympic team, as I pointed out earlier in the video. No, Christian Laettner was not already a champion before teaming up with Michael Jordan on the Wizards because he was never a champion. Was he ever an all-star? Yes, once. All right, so that was two. Now we're moving on to LeBron's list, which I can't even fit on the screen. All right, let me zoom in. Ray Allen. Yes, he had already been an Olympian before teaming up with LeBron James in the NBA. Yes, he had already been a champion before teaming up with LeBron James in the NBA. Had he been an all-star? Yes. 10 times prior to teaming up with LeBron James. Dwayne Wade. Yes, he had already been an Olympian before teaming up with LeBron James. Had he already been a champion? Yes, he was already an NBA champion before teaming up with LeBron James. An all-star? Yes, 11 times. 6 times before LeBron James, 3 times after they parted. Tyson Chandler was already an Olympian before LeBron James got him as a teammate. That was in 2012, and he was a NBA champion in 2011. Was he an NBA All-Star? Yes, 1 time prior to becoming teammates with LeBron James. Chris Bosh, already an Olympian before he joined LeBron James in Miami. Not a champion. That's the first one on the list that hadn't already been a champion even. Was he an all-star? 5 times he was an all-star before teaming up with LeBron James. Carmelo Anthony, yes, he was an Olympian before becoming a teammate of LeBron James's. Never a champion. All-star? 10-time all-star before becoming a LeBron James teammate. Anthony Davis, an Olympian? Yes. Before teaming up with LeBron James. Already a champ? No. Already an all-star? 6 times he was an all-star before joining LeBron James in LA. Russell Westbrook, already an Olympian? Yes, in 2012. Already a champ? No. Already an NBA All-Star? Yes, 9-time NBA All-Star prior to going to LA. Kevin Love, already an Olympian? Yes. Already a champion? No. Already an All-Star? Yes, 3 times prior to joining LeBron James. Kevin Love was an All-Star. Kyrie Irving, he was an Olympian, but not before teaming up with LeBron James because he opted out in 2012, deciding to wait until 2016. He was not a champion prior to joining LeBron James. Was an All-Star twice before teaming up with LeBron James, 4 times after. DeAndre Jordan, I know you're going to dismiss Andre Jordan. However, he's an Olympian, and he was a LeBron James teammate. You say, oh, he sucks. Well, he was good enough to be an Olympian. Champion before LeBron James? No, not ever. All-Star? Yes, once prior to being on LeBron's team. Carlos Boozer, they were on the same Olympic team, so they were Olympians at the same time. Those of you who don't remember, Carlos Boozer was on LeBron's team when LeBron entered the league on the Cavs. Champion? No. All-Star prior to his time with LeBron James? No, since that was his rookie season. But 2 times later on in his career, he became an All-Star. Darren Williams. Did you remember the super team that LeBron James tried to assemble? And then they scrapped it. So, yes, Darren Williams was an Olympian prior to teaming up with LeBron James, the FIBA tournament in 2002, and then again, of course, in 2004 and 2008. NBA champion, no. All-Star, yes, 3 times prior to teaming up with LeBron James. Geez, now I'm realizing that I left Derrick Rose off of this. You know, he was part of that attempt at a super team, and he was an Olympian, a 2-time gold medal winner. And Kyle Korver was initially selected to a Olympic team before being cut at the last minute. So I got to go redo this document, but I'm not going to do it for this video. Sorry. Dwight Howard. Yes, Dwight Howard was an Olympian prior to becoming a teammate with LeBron James in the NBA. Was he an NBA champion prior? No. Was he an all-star prior to teaming up with LeBron James? Yes, 8 times prior. Richard Jefferson. Yes, Richard Jefferson was an Olympian before becoming a teammate with LeBron James in the NBA. Was Richard Jefferson an NBA champion? No, he did make it to the finals as a starter for the Nets, but no, he did not win. Richard Jefferson was not an all-star. JaVale McGee. He was not an Olympian prior to becoming a teammate with LeBron James because it was the same year. JaVale McGee was on that 2020 bubble championship team and also on the 2020 Olympic team. JaVale McGee, however, was a champion prior to joining LeBron James. He got 2 with the Warriors, and then the Lakers decided, okay, well, we could use him. All-star? No. Olympic candidates who became teammates with LeBron James. These guys weren't officially players on the team, but were candidates. Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, Andre Drummond. Okay, anyone see a difference between the list? Crazy thing is, I'm just limiting this to Olympians, not all of LeBron James's superstar teammates in his career. If you guys made it through all that, you deserve some sort of fan award, but I hope you found it enlightening or interesting. I probably missed some stuff. That's the problem with LeBron's career. He's going on for so long, I don't know how I can ever cover all of the teammates that he's tried to recruit to help make up for what he lacks. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Please let me know what I missed, what you liked, what you didn't like, and stay tuned for the bonus part. If you want to hear this angry old hoops fan continue to complain about complainers.